Hey there YouTube, this is Vargas XX78 with another pickup video. Just wanted to share with you guys some of the stuff I've picked up this last couple of weeks. It's still not the end of the month, so my monthly Club Nintendo hasn't been released yet, so I'm gonna save that when I maybe pick up my comic books. Club Nintendo will come out by then, but so no Club Nintendo here. You won't see this month's issue of Club Nintendo, but this is the rest of the stuff that I got, and so here we go. First off, it was my girlfriend's birthday, so I gave her some stuff. I got for her J.K. Rowling. This is her first adult. Well, this is her first book for adults. It's in Spanish. I just gave it to my girlfriend, so she hasn't read it yet, but she's a huge Harry Potter fan, and she told me once that she wanted to read this, so I got it for her. It's a really big book. I don't know if they're going to make more of these, but I'm hoping she really likes these. I also got her, she really likes Hello Kitty, so I got her a messenger bag, which is great because it has like a whole bunch of bags, so she was really happy with that, but I can't show it here. And I got her this Hello Kitty nerd, because you know she likes nerds. And also, besides her birthday, it was our 1-year anniversary. It's been a year since I've been with my girlfriend, and I got for her the 3rd season of The Walking Dead. She doesn't really like horror movies, but she really likes zombies, so yeah. This released in Mexico before it got released in the United States, and we haven't actually seen any single episode of the 3rd season, but we wanted to get started before the 4th season comes out. So I know some things that happened here. It focuses on the jail saga with the governor and everything, so we have not seen it. We don't really know what happens on the 3rd season, but we're looking forward to figuring that out. So yeah, I got her for our 1-year anniversary, and she got for me Skylanders Giants. This is a Wii game that has this portal thing, and you connect the portal thing through the USB. You put in one of these characters, and they have different sets, individual and so on, and you put one of the characters in, and as you play, you start leveling up, and the characters remember, it has a little memory that the portal kind of sends a signal out to it, and it remembers the level that you're at. So if you take away the character and put it in another portal, you can transfer the abilities and so on. So I played a little bit, and it's a really cool game. I really like it. Even though it's a collector more than anything, because you have to collect all the different toys if you want to get special abilities, and Spyro's a part of this somewhere. So yeah, really cool game, really interesting concept that Activision did with this, and I'm really grateful that my girlfriend got this for me. Again, just the fact that I've been with her for a full year is present enough, but she still got this for me, and I'm really happy about that. So yeah, that was a present celebration that we had. So next, some stuff I picked up. I picked up a book at a swap meet, and I only picked it up because it's written by Brad Meltzer, who wrote Identity Crisis, and then wrote a couple of issues of Justice League. And some people didn't like his writing in those comic books, but I thought it was good. So he's more famous because of a book that I've never seen or read, but it's called The Book of Fate. This is the Book of Lies, and it focuses on an old mystery. It focuses on the legend of Cain. Well, it's not a legend, but it focuses on the story of Cain and his brother, how Cain is the first murderer that has ever existed in history. Then it also focuses on I don't know if this is true. I haven't looked it up. On an unsolved case regarding Jerry Siegel's dad, who was killed by a gunshot, and they never solved the case, and that's why that's according to the book what inspired him to create Superman, a bulletproof man. And it also follows through that with this guy that was an ex-border, ex-customs guy. I haven't finished reading it. I'm barely in chapter 8 or something. And something dramatic happens to him, and then he gets involved into this big mystery regarding the Book of Lies. So I'm liking it so far. I like the writing. I like the pacing, even though it does feel a little bit like, yeah, it kind of feels like any other book that revolves around some big ancient mystery and then a conspiracy and a shadowy organization that controls everything from behind shadows. But I like the writing and I like the pacing, and it's keeping me entertained. So far, a really good book. I hope it's not very disappointing. Got some comic books. I got this for free, and this is the free comic book day. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles new animation adventures. And I've seen a couple of episodes of the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's rendered in 3D, so the animation's kind of I'm more of a fan of the traditional 2D. So the animation's not its strongest point. But the story kind of involves elements from the old 80s cartoon and the newer late 90s, early 2000s cartoon that came out on Fox. So it kind of like fuses both of those series. For example, in the old 80s cartoons, one of the villains was Krang, which was this evil warlord who had his body taken away, so he was just the brain. And then in the newer cartoons, the Utrons were a race of disembodied brains, but in the new one, there's a race of brains called the Krangs, so they kind of mixed up the elements of the two series, but it's not good, but it's not bad either. So yeah, this is the comic book adaptation of that. Also got Judge Dredd Classics, which features the first appearance of Judge Death. Not huge into Judge Dredd. Really, my only introduction to the character is when he would cross over with Batman and the Sylvester Stallone movie. So yeah, but this was a cool freebie. Picked up this. I'm really happy about this one. I picked up SpiderMan versus Wolverine. This is the story where Wolverine travels to Russia to help out a friend that's being haunted by the KGB. Spider-Man's doing a story on the Daily Bugle, and that's when both of the characters team up and they have a big fight in a cemetery. The thing about this issue, and this is the original 1987 issue, because it's been reprinted a couple of times, but the thing about this issue is that this is the only issue where Spider-Man actually killed someone. It was an accident. He took a slug out of someone thinking it was Wolverine, so he hit the person with all of his strength and killed the person. So yeah, I didn't know that Spider-Man had actually taken a life accidentally with Gwen Stacy and even Captain Stacy, sure, but this is the first time that Spider-Man caused the death of someone. So yeah, big issue here. So really happy I got this one, and it's in pretty good condition. Has a little scratch here on the back and a little bend here, but other than that, really good condition, and really happy that I got this, because this is the first meeting of Spider-Man with Wolverine, so that was pretty cool. Picked up Silver Surfer issue 64. I wasn't really into Silver Surfer, but I want to get the Jim Starlin, Ron Mars run of Silver Surfer with Ron Lim in the artwork. because Jim Starlin was involved with the Infinity Gauntlet, and that's like my favorite Marvel event ever. And Run Mars has been writing some really good stuff recently, so I wanted to get their run on Silver Surfer. This is 64, written by Ron Mars, where Silver Surfer encounters the Dark Silver Surfer, which is like his evil aspect. And I picked up Silver Surfer issue 66, where the cosmic powers of love and hate give this person a portion of their powers to become their avatars. And she has a thing for Silver Surfer, so she wants him to notice her. Then I got Silver Surfer issue 73, which is part 4 of the Herald ordeal. Need to get a couple of issues between and then the conclusion, but basically what happens is that Galactus creates a new Herald, but the guy's the more power-hungry Herald Galactus has ever had, so he's using the power cosmic to obtain more power, and the previous Heralds know that that's going to mean trouble, so they all team up. And I got issue 74, where they got the Silver Surfer, Fire Lord, Terrax, Nova, and Airwalker, who was like this ex-Herald who got turned into a robot. The whole thing concludes in issue 75, and that one has a foil cover, so I'm hoping I can get that and all the previous issues, because I really want to get Jim Starlin's run on Silver Surfer, because again it involves the Infinity Gauntlet, the Infinity War, and the Infinity Crusade. So yeah. Also got Doctor Strange Volume 2, issue 27. Because a while ago I picked up issue 28, and I thought that issue 27 was going to be previous to that event with the Ghost Rider. But that story actually started in Ghost Rider 12, so now I gotta track down that issue. But here, Doctor Strange has to team up with, I think it's Werewolf by Night. I'm not really sure. So, yeah. I'm kind of digging Doctor Strange. I don't know if I would pick up more issues, but I probably would. But yeah, this was pretty okay. Picked up a couple of Ghost Riders. I found Ghost Rider number 8, where Daniel Ketch has a dream where he has a conversation with the Ghost Rider. Because everyone thinks that the Ghost Rider is the demon Zarathos, who was bonded to Johnny Blaze. So people are not really sure about the new Ghost Rider that's bonded to Daniel Ketch. But here is a couple of issues after the Ghost Rider burns Blackout, who's this vampire that has the power to cause electrical blackouts. So yeah, picked up issue 8. Picked up issue 9 because it has a crossover with X Factor. Even though they don't really meet until the end, and even then it's only for a couple of panels, but the cover would suggest that they have a big fight, but they don't. Ghost Rider's going after Blackout, who wants to kill a couple of the Morlocks, and that's when X Factor gets involved. But picked up Ghost Rider issue 14, where Johnny Blaze goes after the new Ghost Rider, thinking that it's the demon Zarathos. And he catches Ghost Rider and says he's going to kill him. Story continues in issue 15, so I want to track that one down. And then I picked up Ghost Rider issue 30. And Andy Kubert is one of my favorite artists. He has worked in... the first time I knew of Andy Kubert was in the epic Batman vs. Predator. And ever since then I've been a huge fan of his artwork. Love Andy Kubert's artwork. And he's worked on X-Men, a whole bunch of books. And so I didn't know he had a run on Ghost Rider. So I want to get the Andy Kubert drawn issues of Ghost Rider. So yeah, here Daniel Ketch has been mortally wounded by Blackout. So he and the Ghost Rider get transferred to Nightmare's realm, and Nightmare kind of gives hints on the origins of the new Ghost Rider. This was a pretty good issue, but mostly because of the artwork by Andy Kubert. So I'm going to try to track down his run on Ghost Rider. Uh, Picked up another couple of things. Picked this one up at a lot that had movies. So the lady sold it to me as a movie, and I picked up Cube for the GameCube. It's a puzzle game with animals. You have to line up animals to make the pieces disappear. Paid 10 pesos for this, and yeah, I'm not gonna pass up buying a GameCube game for 10 pesos. It was published by the now long gone Acclaim company. So yeah, I thought this was cool. And it's one of the more interesting cover arts I've seen. Just a orangutan with a cube there. So that was good. My girlfriend's a big fan of Jane Austen, and she likes the movie adaptations. One time when we went to a market, I picked up for her a copy of Emma, but it doesn't have any Spanish subtitles, so I bought for her another copy of Emma, but this one does have Spanish subtitles, so yeah. Picked up a swap meet, this History Channel video. It's about mummies and the wonders of ancient Egypt. It's a documentary that came out a good couple of years ago that talks about the Egyptians and all the stuff that they achieved and the monuments that they left behind, such as the Great Pyramid, the Sphinx, the hieroglyphs, and the treasure of King Tut, which is like the greatest Egyptian find in the history, and it also developed the legend of the curse of Tutankhamun's tomb. So it's a really good documentary. You can tell it's old. It came out like in the 90s, but yeah, my favorite ancient culture is Japan. I love Japan and samurai culture, but after that, Egypt has always been interesting to me. Like I love the Mummy movie because it involves ancient Egypt, so I couldn't pass it up. I got all of these movies. I got for 10 pesos, so you know me, guys. I can't pass up a good movie deal. Picked up Nicolas Cage and Téa Leoni in The Family Man. This is kind of like a modern take on It's a Wonderful Life, only instead of it being about a guy that wished he never existed, it's about showing this corporate jerk what his life would be like if he had not become a corporate jerk and instead started a family. Just a normal, run-of-the-mill life with kids and a dog and a picket fence. It's a really good movie. It's Nicolas Cage is in a very toned-down version of himself, but still, it's a really, really good movie. I really like The Family Man, so I can add this to my Nicolas Cage collection. Also, I've mentioned this before, my favorite Christmas movie ever is the George C. Scott version of A Christmas Carol. There are other versions that I like and that I need to track down. The Disney version of A Christmas Carol is really cool. I really want to get that one. I also know there's a Patrick Stewart version of A Christmas Carol. But I saw this brand new, still haven't seen it, and it's the Kelsey Grammer musical version of A Christmas Carol. And it stars Jennifer Love Hewitt, Jason Alexander, and Jane Krakowski, who I think I've seen in 30 Rock, I think. Haven't seen it. I've never seen this version. Oh, the Bill Murray version is also cool. Scrooge. That's another awesome adaptation. But I'm hoping it's good. At least it has good actors involved with it, so I'm hoping it's awesome. I've been trying to find the next movie for a good chunk of while. At least a year, because I told my girlfriend that I wanted to get this a good year ago. Because I liked the first part, and I liked the second part. So I wanted to get the third part, and that's the third part for Rec. This is Rec 3 Genesis. And it kind of takes place while the first one is going on. Because there's a scene where you can see the news report that happens on the first one on the back. But this is about two characters that they're madly in love, so they plan their wedding while the demon zombie apocalypse is going on. So it starts off like the other two movies, like a found footage, and then they break the camera that's recording, and then it starts like a regular movie. A couple of friends of mine that already saw it said it was kind of like a comedy, like Zombieland or Evil Dead. But I was watching it with my girlfriend. It's not really that funny. It's not really that scary, but it's still a pretty good movie, even though it does have a really downer ending. It also has a scene that I've never seen in some horror movies where usually little kids get saved from the horror of whatever's going on, and in this one they basically serve up the kids as a buffet because they're getting them into this truck so they can escape, and then the zombies get in and have themselves a buffet of veal. So yeah, really good movie. Doesn't have any English. This is like the other two Wreck movies, and was filmed in Spain, so it's all in Spanish. And there are some scenes where the background audio doesn't let you hear the voices of the people because they're whispering. So I would have liked if this thing had some subtitles, even Spanish subtitles, because there's a good chunk of scenes where you don't know what they're saying because of it. But really, really good movie. Again, it's not too funny, it's not too scary, but it's really cool. I really, really like Wreck 3, and I'm glad I was able to complete my Wreck collection. Unless someone down the line, they release a Wreck 4, but really good movie. I really like this one. I honestly had no intention of picking this up ever, and I've seen it a couple of times, but the completist in me just couldn't resist getting it because I got all of these movies here. So I picked up Terminator 3: Rise of the Machines. It has some really good action scenes, I'll give it that. But the Terminator franchise ended with the second one, and the second one they stopped Judgment, they saved the world. There's no way, no reason why they could or they had to release more sequels. The only one that makes sense is Salvation because that's in the future, so it kind of makes sense that it could work as a prequel where John Connor sets up everything to go back and then erase itself. I don't know. So yeah, I wasn't thinking of picking it up, but I saw it with this lot of movies, and it's the 2-disc set. It doesn't come with the insert, which is the only bummer. I like having a complete movie. But for what it's worth, at least Arnold's cool in it, and it has some really good action scenes. I will give it that. It has some really good action scenes, but I don't really like Terminator 3. Picked up this movie because I forgot I already got it for my girlfriend. But I picked up Ever After, A Cinderella Story, starring Drew Barrymore and Angelica Houston. And yeah, I didn't give it to her because I checked our movie section there, and I realized I had already gotten it. So yeah, I picked up another copy of that. Picked up Steven Spielberg's and Tom Cruise updated version of War of the Worlds, and this was pretty cool because it comes with the slipcase, and I'm a sucker for slipcases. Some people hate these things, but I love how it makes a movie, especially because it has like this metallic look to it. So haven't seen this one. I was interested in seeing it because I'm against remakes most of the time because sometimes remakes don't come out very well. I always prefer the original, and I remember I think it was the 1950s or 60s version of War of the Worlds. That movie is amazing, and I've been trying to track that one down. But I was curious to see what Steven Spielberg and Tom Cruise did with this, because they worked together. And I didn't get to see it in the theater, have not seen it, so I'm really looking forward to watching this. And yeah, I hope it doesn't disappoint me that much. Picked up Van Helsing. The slipcase says full screen, but the DVD and the inside box is widescreen, so that's cool because I'm trying to get movies that are widescreen. I don't like the way that full screen movies look on a big TV. A lot of people didn't like Van Helsing. I loved Van Helsing. My girlfriend does too. I like the way that they updated some of the monsters. The guy that plays Dracula is kind of over the top, so that's not cool. But Hugh Jackman is awesome in anything that he does. I've never seen a movie with Hugh Jackman that I didn't like Hugh Jackman in. And he's great, and it has Kate Beckinsale from Underworld and other movies like Click. So I like the movie. The special effects also are a little bit over the top, but still good movie. I really like Van Helsing. So yeah. Another movie that people hated and I've not seen is The Day After Tomorrow. I haven't seen it complete. I've seen chunks of it. But it's a disaster movie done by Ronald Emmerich, like 2012, Independence Day, Godzilla. The only one that's not a disaster movie is Stargate. That's the only movie of his that isn't a disaster movie. But the special effects are really cool in this. Say what you will about the type of movie that Roland Emmerich does, at least the special effects are cool, at least in my opinion. And I always thought it's funny that after everything gets destroyed, everyone comes over to Mexico because it's the only place that has a regular weather now. So I thought that was funny, but I really like it. And it has a good cast. It has I always get his name mixed up with someone else, but Dennis Quaid, who was in Legion, and Jake Gyllenhaal, who was in Prince of Persia. So it has a good cast of actors, but it also has, much like Independence Day, a cast of thousands that are just disposable characters that help out the main characters in a good chunk. But it has the lenticular cover, which I thought is cool. Again, big fan of slipcases. So again, it's an interesting movie. At least it's cool to see how the effects make stuff disappear. My favorite one of his is still Independence Day. I still love Independence Day. That one's, at least the effects are cool. And the last movie I picked up is Saving Private Ryan. Again, another movie that I've seen chunks of because it's really long. It's almost 3 hours with nothing but war movies. So, well, it's a war movie, but it's a good chunk of just war movie about this team that is sent to save Private Ryan. But you know, I needed this movie because I want to complete my Tom Hanks collection, and he's in this. So, and it's also a Steven Spielberg movie, so it fits into that as well. I actually don't know where I'm going to fit this. I don't know if I'm going to put it on my Tom Hanks collection, my Steven Spielberg collection, or my war movie collection. So yeah, that's going to be interesting to see where I categorize this. The only bummer is that it doesn't have Spanish subtitles, which is okay for me, but not so much for my girl. So yeah, it's a good movie, but it is a long movie. Oh, that's right. I also got another movie, which my girlfriend just reminded me. Yeah, I forgot about this one. Thank you, hon. I got for my girlfriend to continue the birthday and 1 year celebration, 30 Days of Night, Dark Days. This is the sequel to the amazing 30 Days of Night movie. If you haven't seen that, in my opinion, is one of the best vampire movies out there, because it doesn't showcase vampires as these romantic emos. It's these vampires are like a pack of wolves and like literally like hunters, and they ransack this little village that is under 30 Days of Night because it's somewhere in Alaska. So that movie is amazing, and I love that movie, and I showed it to my girlfriend, and she loved it too. So when she heard there was a sequel, she wanted to see how the story continues, and so I got it for her. I got 30 Days of Night, Dark Days. We haven't seen it. It's still sealed. We're still looking for a chance to actually sit down and watch it. But me and her are really looking forward to this, because the first one is amazing. So, yeah. Forgot about this, so I have to thank my girlfriend for reminding me of that. So, yeah, that was this month's pickup video. A lot of nicely diverse video, I think. Had a little bit of everything. Had a little bit of books, some comic books, video games, and movies. So, I'm really happy with this month's haul. So, thank you so much to everyone that watched this video, which is running now for half an hour. I want to make these videos lower in length, but for that I would have to showcase little chunks of the collection. So let me know what you guys think. Do you want me to show everything in one long video, or would you rather see this in like little chunks? Because yeah, I don't want to bore people with me talking for half an hour. Even though I enjoy watching hour-long videos of pickups, I'm a sucker to watch anyone's pickup videos, even if it lasts an hour. When I have the time, I'll sit down and watch it. So let me know what you guys think. Do you want me to give little pieces or save everything for a really long video? Hope you leave a comment. But if you don't, that's still cool. You know, as long as someone watches this video and might see me talking about this and might get them interested in the movie or a comic book, that's cool too. But yeah, thank you so much to everyone that watches my video and all the other videos. Like always, please leave a comment or a recommendation. Even if you leave a comment saying that you hated what I thought of the movie, like for example, Day After Tomorrow, if you think the special effects suck, leave a comment there. That's cool too. But till I see you all again, this is Vargas XX78, thanking you and signing out.